Good evening, KU. I'm Emma.
And I'm Julia.
So this is a special episode because today is the national championship for the men's NCAA tournament and KU's in it. How exciting is that?
It's crazy. I have thought about I haven't thought about much else this weekend. It's been great.
Same. Honestly, I never thought that I got to be here while we've made it this far in any tournament. So it's been really exciting to be a part of KU while this is really this is happening.
Yeah. No, it's a great place to be. You know, this weekend's been really crazy in Lawrence. What were you doing for the Final Four game?
Oh, so one of my roommates and a bunch of her friends and her boyfriend and I went to Salitos, which is a Mexican restaurant on New Hampshire, and we watched the game. We got there a little late and had to wait an hour and a half just to be seated. So we watched the first half of the game, just standing in line. But after that, we got to go storm Mass, which was so exciting. There's so many people, and it was just a really good vibes because everyone was very excited about it. And my favorite part is, so one of my my roommate's friends, he had a camera, and this guy's oh my God, you have a camera, let me pose for you. And he had this big old trophy chalice looking thing, no idea where it was from, they just popped out of nowhere, and he just started chugging it. So I was if he's posing for him, I'm also gonna get a photo. So that was pretty fun. What did you do to watch the Final Four?
Well, it wasn't quite as crazy as that, but I went over to Buffalo Wild Wings and with a bunch of friends, and I was taking interviews because we were the Kansans writing all these articles about KU student hype and everything. And so I went and took a bunch of interviews and watched the game there, and it was awesome because every time KU scored, even right from the beginning, every time there was a turnover and we got the ball, people were just and yelling and on their feet, and it was great. When Christian Brown scored that free throw, which kind of started our run at the end of the game, people just went nuts, and it was awesome.
That's awesome. Definitely the vibe here in Lawrence right now is immaculate. I don't know. It's just something I've never experienced before. So this is really exciting to have everyone excited about everything,
and it's not just the students. It's everyone.
It's the community. It's so fun. It's so fun.
Basketball brings people together. Sounds cheesy. It's really true.
It is very true here.
So this game tonight, I think everyone's a little bit nervous. Don't want to say too much about that because bad luck. But what do you do to kind of make sure that the Hawks are going to win?
Gotcha. Yeah, so I am a very superstitious person when it comes to stuff like this. I don't know why, just always have. And so funny enough, when KU played Miami in the tournament, I was wearing this necklace, and it's just just a random necklace, and I ended up taking it off at one point, and just because I didn't feel like wearing it anymore. And that was when we plummeted in score. That, how it was pretty low for a while. Yeah, so I was okay. And so I just out of sheer curiosity, I put it back on, and then Remy made a 3. So I was all right, this is staying on the whole time. And I've worn it for that game or for the Elite 8 and the Final Four this past weekend. So this is staying on all night long.
Gotcha. No, that's great. I've got a necklace like that too. It's not that's a really cool rock necklace. Mine's a Lord of the Rings really nerdy necklace, but it's what I wear whenever I'm kind of nervous about something, and it's been helping us through so far, so I think I'm going to wear that one tonight.
You got it. We need all the good vibes right now, good karma. Oh yeah, we need everything.
Yeah. So speaking of excited students, we have a few students down in New Orleans right now reporting on the game and talking about Bill Self, because this has really been his year, right?
Yes, it's crazy. If I remember correctly, this is the first time he's been to a championship since we won in 2008, and they went to the Final Four in 2018. So this is really exciting. Reporter Sam Lance is in New Orleans talking about Bill Self's legacy.
With how many Blue Bloods are here at the Final Four in New Orleans, a lot has been made of Bill Self and his total number of national championships. Bill Self just has one at the University of Kansas, compared to some other programs like Villanova, who's had a couple in the past 5 years. North Carolina, of course, has won recently, and so has Duke. Therefore, many have been saying this is almost like a kind of legacy game for Bill Self, and I think if Bill Self can come out, win this national championship, he could consider himself a top 10 coach of all time.
that is so cool.
He really is a great coach, isn't he?
It is. And it's so exciting that we'll have him for as long as he's willing to be a coach. So that's really exciting. I also wish I got to go to New Orleans. Like, that is just so cool, just with like work and not work, like schoolwork and stuff like that. I wasn't able to go. But like, I know a lot of my friends got to go. Yeah. A lot of our crew is in New Orleans right now. And I feel like it's like going pretty good there. Olivia McKee, she's down there in New Orleans right now talking to fans from Lawrence.
What's up, Jayhawks? It's Liv Misek with Playmakers. I am here on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Let's take a look at what Jayhawk Nation has to say about tonight's national championship game. I'm here with Bobby and Paul. What is your favorite thing about being in New Orleans so far?
It's incredible, man. The drinks, go KU, rock chalk, rock chalk.
What about you?
The drinks, going to the game tonight, the food, so all awesome. Rock chalk, baby.
What's your favorite food here?
We're going to have the gumbo, maybe some pizza. Lots of pizza and chicken out here for some reason.
Okay, what are some score predictions for tonight's national championship game? Rock chalk!
76 to 70.
With KU winning?
KU winning, yes.
85-79, KU.
Glenn, who would win in a fight, a Jayhawk or a Tar Heel, and tell me why? Give good reasoning.
Okay, I would probably say a Tar Heel. Just because Kansas really home of the wheat field. Come on. Sorry.
That's where a Jayhawk would practice the field.
Yeah, probably.
All right, with a KU win tonight, what are the plans after the game?
Keep drinking, party. All night, KU, baby, let's go.
Hit Mass Street and hope I make it home all right.
Okay, so Roy Williams, who is he cheering for tonight?
Who's he cheering for? Definitely Tar Heel.
Why is that?
The Cooper things. I mean, he's just a good guy.
You obviously are rooting for North Carolina, but what are the score predictions? Is it gonna be a close game, overtime? What do you think?
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be really close. I'm going to go 82-78 North Carolina.
All right, anything else you guys have to say to Jayhawk Nation?
Rock chalk, winning champion, baby!
Let's go!
Yes, well, we're excited too.
Yes.
And I know we can't be in New Orleans today, obviously kind of sad, but we've got some plans for what we're going to do to watch KU and support them tonight. So what are you doing tonight?
I'm going back on Mass to watch the game because I can't miss if we're gonna like storm it again. Like, come on, like that's so exciting. Where are you gonna watch the game?
I'm going to go to Allen Fieldhouse because, I don't know, I feel like I got to go at least once.
I heard it was really fun last time. I had a couple of friends that went there and they were like, it was so cool to watch it in the field house.
And the band's playing and
Oh,
it'll be
that's
cool.
so exciting. And we also have a fun teaser. Guess who's on our trivia game today? We are! So later on, you'll get to see us go head to head in some basketball trivia. I don't know who's going to win. No, I'm kidding. We don't know who's going to win, but we'll see. And after the break, we'll be back with the news with Karen and Nick.
Welcome back. I'm Nick.
And I'm Karen. This is your Monday Good Evening KU news update. The latest news from Ukraine shows mass graves and other evidence of Russian war crimes on civilians. As Russian forces have pulled out of the northern territory outside of Kyiv, Ukrainian officials are finding dead bodies in the streets, including some of who were handcuffed, which indicates execution-style killings.
The president of Pakistan has taken the step of dissolving his parliament in order to force an election. Imran Khan claims that the United States is behind the push to remove him from office because of his criticism of U.S. and other foreign policy. With the current unrest, heavy security has been deployed around government buildings in the capital city of Islamabad.
The numbers from a March study show that the United States added nearly 500,000 jobs despite the highest inflation in the past 40 years. The national unemployment rate dropped to 3.6%, which is the lowest rate since the COVID pandemic began 2 years ago.
All right. A man with a BB gun was arrested on Friday afternoon after a brief chase near the football stadium. Staff and students received a KU alert at 1:21 p.m. that said a possible armed suspect was near Memorial Stadium and that everyone should avoid that area. About 30 minutes later, the warning was lifted after 2 men were arrested by the Douglas County Sheriff's Office.
Tens of thousands of Jayhawk fans flocked to Mass Street on Saturday evening to celebrate KU's victory over Villanova. Police closed downtown from 6th Street to the south side of South Park all day, and just about every business with a television was at full capacity for the game. Mass Street is closed again today.
Tonight's game will again be on TBS, and tip-off is scheduled for 8:20 p.m. Allen Fieldhouse will host a watch party with doors opening at 7:15 p.m. That watch party is free and the concession stands will be open.
For more on sports, we'll toss it over to Erin and Faye.
Thanks, Karen. For those of you who didn't watch Saturday's 81-65 victory over Villanova, KU scored the first 10 points of the game and never looked back. Senior Ochai Baji made 6 of 7 three-pointers and finished with 21 points. Fellow senior David McCormack made 10 of 12 from the field with a game and career high of 25 points.
Villanova, who was playing without one of its best players because of an injury, closed the gap to 6 points in the second half, but then junior Christian Brown got hot and the Jayhawks were able to take control. Next up will be the 8th seed North Carolina Tar Heels for the national championship.
The baseball team savaged a 3-game series with an 8-5 victory over the 4th best team in the country yesterday at Hoagland Ballpark. After losing Saturday's game to Texas Tech by a score of 28-2, the Jayhawks won on Saturday behind the hot-hitting Maya Huna and Nolan Metcalf, as well as some great pitching from Ryan Vanderhey and Stone Hewlett.
The softball team also lost the first 2 games to Texas Tech before beating the Red Raiders 10-4 on Sunday afternoon in Lubbock. Casey Hamilton went the distance, giving up only 2 earned runs, and 4 different Jayhawks batters hit home runs, including Ashlyn Henderson, who hit her 9th.
Both the baseball and softball teams will be home again next weekend. The softball team will host Baylor at Arocha Ballpark on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The baseball team will play a midweek game on Wednesday at Missouri before hosting Illinois State for a weekend series beginning on Friday night at 6 p.m.
And finally, the tennis team saw the end of its 6-match winning streak with a 5-2 loss to Iowa State on Sunday at the Jayhawk Tennis Center. KU is now 13-7 overall and 3-3 in the Big 12 Conference. The Jayhawks will be in Texas next weekend to play both Texas and Baylor.
That's all we have for today, and after the break, I will be back with the weather.
From adversity, we rose. We made history and became pioneers, voyagers, champions, Jayhawks. And when our chant rises, haunting and hallowed, Jayhawks are telling the world what's near. Victory.
Hello and welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm Erin Borchers here with a weather update. Right now it's been pretty sunny, but this week we have some more rain chances on Tuesday and Wednesday. The weekend, again though, is looking a little sunny, so let's go ahead and take a look outside. We're sitting at about 61 degrees. There's a few clouds hanging around, but it's mostly sunny. The winds have been pretty calm. They've been coming out of the east all day. And for tonight's special game day, I wanted to give you a bit more of a look into the hourly planner. So around 5 p.m. we're going to probably hit our high, which is 63, and we might have some clouds start to build up again into the evening hours. At 8 p.m., which is right when tip-off is supposed to be near, it's going to be about 55 degrees. Again, the wind's not going to be too bad, so if you're watching outside, it might feel a little chilly because it'll be in the 50s and dropping as the sun has set, but it won't be too bad with the wind at all. And then into the evening hours, if you're going to be out on Mass Street after the game, just know that it's going to be about 46 degrees at 11 p.m. and then around 2 a.m. it's going to be about 45. And then for those of you who are lucky enough to be in New Orleans, here's a little game day forecast for you as well. At 5 p.m. it's about to be about 78 there. The winds are strong in New Orleans right now. There is a weather system kind of starting to move its way into the area. So it's 78, a little humid. For tip-off, it's going to be about 72. The winds are going to stay kind of strong out of the southeast. And then again, New Orleans, if you're going to be on Bourbon Street for tonight after the game, it's going to be about 70 degrees at 11 p.m. and then 69 at 2 a.m. So just for New Orleans' sake, let's go ahead and take a look at that storm system that I was talking about. It is right now sitting in that kind of Texas area, and New Orleans is going to be on like the very south tip of it. So you might not see much rain at all in New Orleans, but just to be aware, that storm system is moving through. It is bringing some chance for severe weather with a potential for strong winds and hail and maybe even a tornado or two, but that would be, of course, a bit more in the northern Louisiana area. And then back up to our Lawrence area. Tomorrow, we're looking like we're going to hit a high of about 63. It's going to be a bit cloudier than it is today, and we are going to have some rain chances as we get into the afternoon and the evening hours tomorrow. And that leads me right into our 7-day forecast. We have, again, the chance for rain on Tuesday and Wednesday. Right now, the chances are kind of low for that rain, but it's still there, still present. And then this weekend, it's going to start warming up with Saturday hitting about 63. Sunday is going to be about 70, but it's going to lead into some rain chances, especially on Monday, where we have at least a 60% chance of rain and even a potential for some severe weather then. That is all I have for my weather updates, and we will be back with our trivia right after this break.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good. For greatness. Can you hear it?
Welcome back. Today is a special day, as in less than 4 hours, KU will be playing the national title game against North Carolina. As we've seen, KU students are very excited about tonight's game. This is the 10th time that the Jayhawks have played for a national championship. Kansas and North Carolina have met head-to-head 11 times, and our team is hoping to reach its victory number 6 today against their rivals. Of course, our trivia today is going to be about KU and March Madness. So let's begin the party. Our 3-times winner, Emma, will battle Julia today. What are your guesses for today's game? Who's going to win and by how many points?
Like I said earlier in hosting, I'm really superstitious. I think we all know who I would like to win, but I don't want to say anything to jinx it. But I think the difference in score is going to be pretty close. I would say maybe a 5-point difference, especially given that it's, you know, a national championship.
I'm not going to be superstitious. I think it's going to be the Jayhawks, and I think they're going to win by at least 10.
Perfect. My guess is, of course, KU is going to win by 7 points. So now let's move on to our trivia. The first 2 questions will be about KU's March Madness games this season. Emma, you start, and I think this is going to be pretty easy for both of you. In the first game of the NCAA tournament this year, KU played against a team from Texas. Which team was it? A, Texas Tech, B, Texas Southern, C, Texas, or D, Baylor?
If I remember correctly, I want to say it's Texas Tech, so A.
The correct answer is actually B, Texas Southern.
Oh, yeah.
So Julia, now it is your turn. Who did KU play against to advance to the Elite Eight? A, Providence, B, Iowa, C, Texas Tech, or D, Miami?
That would have been Miami.
Actually, the correct answer is Providence, letter A.
Dang it.
So no points so far. The next two questions are about the times KU won the national championship. Emma, KU won NCAA for the first time in 1952. Who was the coach? A. Larry Brown, B. Roy Williams, C. Bill Self, or D. Fog Allen?
I want to say Fog Allen.
Fog Allen was the first KU coach to win a national championship, letter D, so 1 point to Emma. Julia, when was the last time that KU won the March Madness? A. 2009, B. 2008, C. 2020, or D. 1999?
B. 2008.
The last time KU won the NCAA tournament was in 2008. So far, we have 1 point for each of you. In our next game, you will need to complete a sentence taken from ESPN website. If you get it right, you get 2 points. Emma, Bill Self and company find themselves in Monday night's championship for the first time since losing to ... there in 2012. KU lost playing against who in 2012?
Ooh, I want to say, I don't know who to say. Let's just go with Villanova. I know that's probably not right, but that's the first team that popped in my head.
Bill Self and company find themselves in Monday night's championship for the first time since losing to Kentucky there in 2012. Julia, the final sentence is for you. The Jayhawks will be vying for their 4th NCAA national championship and the first time since defeating ... for the 2008 title. KU won the national championship game in 2008 playing against who?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm gonna go. We'll throw it out there and go North Carolina.
The Jayhawks will be vying for their 4th NCAA national championship, first time since defeating Memphis for the 2008 title. So that's it for today's trivia, and we actually have them tied. I hope this is not the result for today's game, and I hope KU wins and we can celebrate a lot tonight. Thank you all for watching, and Rock Chalk Jayhawk.